Hello. So my name is Rene. Normally I'm working for this proper orange company, Flexoptix, and I'm doing a lot of community work. So means I'm not only a traveler for Flexoptix, I'm supporting also a lot of communities here in our branch. I'm supporting a lot of NOG meetings globally, and I'm also chairman of the Global NOG Alliance. We are supporting NOGs. When you want to organize a NOG, you're getting all support like speakers, software, Indico system to have a call for paper, etc. And during my work in this community, I branded one motto claim into my brain. It says, we are one big family. We don't think in borders, we don't think in genders, not in colors, races, or whatever. We are one family and we need to stay together. And that's the point. After 24th of February, I was shocked. I was waking up, was going to prepare my daughter and said, apologize. That's it's part of your life. We need to talk also in a couple of years about the war in Ukraine. So, and I'm based in Berlin. It's 900 kilometers away from my house. So I was really shocked. And I attend also a lot of ENOG meetings in Moscow and Kiev, etc. So I have a lot of friends in Russia. I have a lot of friends in Ukraine. So it's my family, my second family. So what we did, a friend of mine, a Facebook friend, was saying, "Oh, he posted, I'm organizing a trip to Ukraine to deliver humanitarian goods like mattresses and clothes and food and all this kind of stuff." And he was asking on Facebook who wants to join me. And we have a friend together. This is owner of this WEMI events. He supported us with 2 trucks. And yes, we started. So we was driving 11 hours from Berlin to direction to Ukraine with a stopover in Krakow to have a nap of 2 hours. And we handled a lot of stuff over to the Ukraine Association. And yeah, you have seen here trucks back and back in the middle of nowhere between the borders of Poland and Ukraine. And then we was driving back, and as a chairman, I want to share my experience and my impressions of the people I've spoken to on the Ukrainian side. And yeah, I shared all my experience from this trip, and we decided to we need to help. We have all this context, we're living in this community, and we need to do something. We need to help and support our colleagues, our friends in Ukraine. So, but it's good to say, yeah, sure, we can help, but how? That's the thing. We had a mission, and we have a mission and a vision. What we can do. So normally, this board is the task force was created with Sander from Global NOG Alliance and Jan George and Natalie from RIPE and also Corinne, also the friend of Sander. And we worked on a strategy. So when 3 guys are starting to work on a strategy, it can be failed, but it was successful. We used Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter to ask for help. When you have old equipment, like not 10, 15 years old, but when you have 5 years, 3 years old equipment, normally you're putting all out of warranty equipment out of your infrastructure, replacing with warranty stuff. And yeah, a lot of people were sending equipment to us, like antennas, new antennas, Wi-Fi, access points, switches, routers, etc. And this was like everything arrived at my home in my backyard. So, and I was leaving for a conference with Porsche together and other colleagues to Rust in Germany to Cloudfest. And one day after I left my house, my wife was sending me pictures, and the backyard was full with pallets of equipment. So, and she mentioned, okay, I love you, I like what you're doing, but dude, I want to use also our backyard, you know? So. I asked a neighbor to store some stuff in the neighborhood, and this is only one drive with this antennas and all this kind of stuff with routers. So also we had this problem at some point, All donation offers came by email. All requests from the Ukrainian friends came by email. So how to handle it? And Sander was going a little bit silent, 2 days, 2 nights. And after 2 days and 2 nights, he came back, oh, I have a solution. I scripted a supply and demand database. So we had this opportunity when we have some donations offers and some I need equipment requests. We can create account in our system, and everyone can put in what he wants to donate and what he needs for equipment as a requester. So this is a version 1. The requesters and donators needs to ping us. We created an account in the system. It was also more work as we wanted. So Sander was working on a version 2. Version 2, we have a account creation site. You can create an account as a donator, also as a requester, and you can see what is this a type. It's hardware, or we have also software like licenses for Zoom or whatever. So you can see what is this for model, and then you can see here how much is offered by donators, how many pieces are claimed by a requester, and also when it doesn't match, or we are saying, oh no, this request is not okay, we need this stuff for other more important region like Luhansk or Donetsk or whatever. We have everything in an overview, and everything is available also for the donators and requesters. With the version 2, we have also detailed information, and it works very cool. And with this tool, we changed a little bit also our mind. Right now, we have the possibility to build up a blueprint with this experience from Ukraine to say, when you have any kind of disaster like earthquake, war, or whatever, you can use this database. This is available for free at GitHub. It's a community database. You can install it on your server. You can use it to collect donators and requesting information. It's good to have stuff. It's good to have the coolest fancy equipment, but it needs to go to Ukraine. So we worked only via Facebook and Twitter, LinkedIn to find some partners. And right now we are working with the Ministry of Digital Transformation together. We're working with DEPS. DEPS is a local distributor, signed 30 years in Ukraine. And we're working also with the Friends of Ukraine Association, Internet Association together. So with DEPS we have a partner. We can drive to Ukraine and we can handle over the stuff, and DEPS is doing all handling stuff, like the employees are driving by own cars to all these occupied regions in Ukraine and handle the stuff over to data centers, ISPs, etc. But why we are doing it, it's only a short overview. Before the war started in January 2021, 85% of people older than 15 years had access to internet, and right now it looks a little bit different. So during pandemic, since war started, it's only a couple of numbers. Telegram topped the charts with over 54,000 new installs only in Ukraine. Bridgefy increased, Zello and Signal increased also. And this shows how important the internet is to communicate with other family members or people. Also, we had this topic, Alexander, Sasha, we had this topic with blocking of information. So also the increase of installation of the application for CNN News and Fox News was massively increasing in Ukraine. And some impressions from, I think, Dima, it's Best Telecom, right? The blue ones here, Best Telecom. And when you see the guys are splicing fibers in the front of a tank, it's unbelievable. For me in person, it's unbelievable.
Just to comment, it is actually ASP operating in Irpin and in other satellite towns of Kiev, and actually did this with cooperation with other providers. I think sometimes they even shared fiber links. Yep. So, for example, if there's certain parts of fiber aren't usable, they can use some strands to feed their provider while keeping the others for the other provider, actually, as I heard.
Yeah, thanks. And you see here, it's unbelievable what the friends and people are doing there with splicing fibers in the middle of nowhere with tanks in the front and destroyed areas. And for me in person, I'm 40 years. So for me, it's unbelievable. I never expect I need to live with a bar in my world. So this is also one of the last 5G towers in Mariupol. And after my humanitarian goods trip, we organized a funny trip. I had a truck. I was starting in Berlin, was going to Czech Republic, to Prague, and I picked up stuff at Nix by Andre. Then some stuff via Sergey from NetArt and Nixie set from Adam. And then I was picking up also Sergey for a nice trip to Ljubljana. And one thing is also I branded in my mind, never leave the highway. And don't trust Sergey when he's saying we can skip 60 kilometers. So it was a fully loaded truck and there was 2.5 tons of equipment, and he said, okay, we can skip Graz and Vienna, and we have a shorter version, like we cross the Alps. So then we're going to, what is this, Austria? What was the city we had one night over? Next to the border from, Klagenfurt, yes. And yes, when you're going a mountain high with a fully loaded truck, it can be you need to go down on the other side, and it's also possible you have snow and icy roads. So thanks Sergey, it was amazing. Yes, then we arrived in Ljubljana. We had this SEE-10 from RIPE NCC, so we loaded additional servers, and I know also the destination for the servers, right, Dimi? And we loaded also the first splicer for Ukraine. Then I was going after the conference back to Czech, to Poland and Ukraine border. And this is the truck crew to Ukraine. This is a Polish side. And then you need to go across the corner, then you need to go right, then you have the scale, and from this point, when you're staying there, it's 11 hours. It's my experience from the first trip. So I spent a lot of time, and this is a picture 8 hours later. We handled this stuff over the first real donated equipment from all the peoples all over the world. We got equipment from USA, from France, from Spain. It was unbelievable. Also, what happens next? We worked on our supply chain. We worked also on a automatic system in our supply and demand database to have more automatism inside, to work faster and less manual work for us. Also, this is a working supply chain from depths. We have a dual supply chain, means all the requesters, they don't request equipment via our tool. They have the possibility to call DEPS or send DEPS an email or go to the interface of the website from DEPS and send a request, and then we're matching the DEPS database with our database, and we know exactly who is getting this equipment. Also, this is important for me to make everything clear, to say, okay, when you donated equipment, I want to talk to you also in 5 or 3 years. When you're asking me who received my switch, I can go to the database, I can show it you, and you can get in touch with this ISP or whatever. What we're doing right now, it's a hard work. Today is a hard day for me. Sander is in Toulouse for a European Commission meeting, how we can work together, how we can extend the warehouse situation. Right now we have 2 volunteer drivers, one from the western part of Germany with their own warehouse, also one from Poland, from the PLNOG community. Marcin, he is also, I think, head of the PC from PLNOG. With their own warehouse, and Boos are driving on a monthly basis right now to Ukraine to handle stuff over what we got as a donation, and also we have a normal life and real job. So, who is behind the task force? Everything started with a Rene idea. Normally, it's not a good thing when Rene is coming up. I have ideas, so you need some backup, and we are working here with Rene. Natalie from Ripe NCC, Sander from Six Connect, and Jan Schorsch from Six Connect, and yeah, the driver. And from time to time, we have some members are joining, and also to this community, when you want to help, when you want to support us, please come to me, and we have a chat. We are happy to have more people who wants to help to keep Ukraine connected. Also in the future, everything is growing massively right now. I'm talking to governments. I'm talking to the European Commission. Sander is talking to the European Commission to work together. Then Eric Bays is normally our voice in Netherlands. He is a very well-connected guy. He is doing a lot of work for us in Netherlands. Daniel Hobin, German Western part volunteer driver, and Marcin from PLNOG community. And yeah, thanks to all our local partners and friends like Natalie from APPK, Ukrainian Internet Association, Bogdana, Dimi, the complete team of Ukraine Internet Association, and yeah, also Ukraine Ministry of Telecommunication and Digital Transformation, and Julia Trojan. She helped us a lot of time with all this paperwork for customs. Also short overview about all donators. Also big thanks to all people who donated a lot of equipment. We have also a donation page via PayPal and via our bank account. Today we got 6 or 8 additional splicers for Ukraine. This is a lot of stuff and a lot of money what we spent right now only for splicers. Right now we shipped around 11 or 12 splicers to Ukraine to build up or to repair these broken fibers in Ukraine. That's it. Thanks. I'm done.